Hi guys, you're welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome. My name is Akai. If you are new here, today we are coming to cut and sew a corset top with a bra cap. So if that's what you want to learn, then let's get right into the video. I've drafted the pattern already. I have the video on the channel, so if you want to know how I draft this corset pattern, you can go and watch before watching the sewing tutorial. So we are coming to sew. I'm using paradise satin to make the corset. I've added my coat stiff or air stay. The Nigerian call it air stay, but in Ghana we call it a coat stiff. So that's what I've ironed it. I've ironed both the main fabric and the lining. I've put in the stiff in it. So I want you to see before I remove the pattern paper. So this is the back piece. There will be zip here. Then here is the princess line. So this is the back piece. And this is the front piece. I've done the same thing. Iron both the main fabric and the main lining and the main fabric. I've added the stiff. You can see this is the stiff. I'll trim all the excess there. Then this is the lining, that one too, the stiff in it, or stay hair stay. But what I noticed when I cut the pattern is here, the middle part here is too wide here, so I'll short it and make it exactly 1 inch, so that by the time I'll finish sewing it, the measurements will reduce. So let's cut. We'll short here small like this. So now we have our measurements correct. So this is it. So I have both the lining and the main fabric. I've ironed everything off camera because I don't want the video to be long. So I'll now take the paper from the pieces like this. So I'll notch here so that I'll see that that is the side. So this is the side. That's why I've notched that part. So this is the front. And this is the back. So I will notch here too, so that I will see, and I will notch the zip line too. I will notch it small so that I'll know that that's the zip line or zipper line. So I'm taking the pattern paper off there. All the time when you finish cutting and you make your pattern, then you use some of the fabric you use to create the style. You use that piece to tie the pattern, so that when you want to sew another thing and you want to use the same pattern, you know this is the pattern that you wanted. So this is how it will look. Then you put it aside. So now we are going to join the pieces together. This is the main fabric, you can see, and this is the lining. So I will join it, but before I join the princess, I want to put in the fabric that we'll use for the lacing. The one I have on the channel, how to lace, zip and lacing tutorial. I want us to put that thing there. So we'll leave about 1 inch or 3/4 at the top. So we'll leave 1 inch, then we'll leave same here. So this is it. We'll sew here the sides, then we flip it over, iron it nicely, then we insert it into the panel, into the princess dart before we start sewing. So I'm trimming the excess at the sides. So I'll sew the sides, turn it, and then I'll put it in the princess dart before I'll start joining the pieces together. So let me sew that part and bring it for us to see. So now I've finished sewing it, iron it nicely. So we'll put it in the princess dart, then you put it on it like this. I want us to add zip and both lacing, so lace up and zip. So this is it. I'm making my own design, so this is how it will look. This is how it will look. So I've put it in the princess. So this is how it will look. Then the zip will come here like this. So we'll put zip and lace it at the same time. I hope you understand. So this is how it will look. So I'm going to take it to the machine. I'm taking it to the machine to join the pieces together. Then I'll join the lining too. I want to make sure the is at the same place. I don't want one to be longer than the other. So this one have to come up small. So after that, before we put the bone in it, so this is how it will look. This is how it will look. So I'm taking it to the machine to join it and bring it for us to see. So I'll join the lining, join the main fabric. I've pinned the lining. This is the back. Let's finish with the back first before we go to the front, or before we start the front. I've joined it off camera. So this is the lining, the back lining. I've joined it and I've top stitched it like this. If you want to put bone in it, this is how you top stitch it. Then you use the bone to pass through the princess. So this is the back. This is the back. So top stitch it on this side, not here. You top stitch it, not here. You top stitch it here. Then you use the boning to pass. I'll use the plastic boning to pass through the middle, and I'll do maybe 1 or 2 bone channel at the side. So let me go and do it. Let's mark the lines first, the lines that will use the boning. So this is it. So this is the line where we'll do the casing, the channels, the boning case. So I'm rolling another one here. So the bone will be 1, 2, 3 at the back. 1, 2, 3. So I'll mark the same thing at the other side. So this is it. So I'll put a channel here. I'll do a bone case or bone channels here. So 1 2 3. So 6 will be at the back. So let me join the front. So this is the front. So we'll join it. This is the cap that we'll use for the cap. We'll cover it. So let me join the pieces together first. This is the lining. I've joined it and I've top stitched it. So this is where the cap will come. So let's put that aside. Then this is the front. This is the main fabric. So I'll top stitch here. I'll let the sewing allowance go to the side and side because I'll insert boning in it. Then I'll do one line here. Then I'll do another one like this. Then I'll put the cotton bias. Then so one will come here, one in the middle, two at the sides, then one here. I hope you understand. So let me roll the guidelines that we'll use. So we'll put one in the middle like this. So it's 4 inches. So one will be in the middle like this. Then one will come to the side and side. Then we put another one here. So let's make it. So this one will come here. I want to get everything. The measurement should be same. I don't want one side to be bigger than the other side. So I'm rolling the lines. So this is it. So bone will come here, middle and center, and the princess dart. So it will be 1 2 3 4 5. I hope you understand. Then we'll use this cotton bias, the off-white. We won't put it in front, we'll put it inside. I don't want it to show in front. I'll put it inside so that I'll insert the money inside the corset. So let's go and sew the boning casing and put everything in place before we continue. So this is the where we put the bones. So we'll put the bones here. Let me go and sew the boning casing before I come. Then we cut the bone. So I finish making the cap. So I'll join here the middle. I'll sew that part first before I put the cap. Here there will be sleeve there, so I won't sew the armpit. So I'll put it like this. I'll join it like this. So let's me sew here first and bring it for us to see. So this is how you pin it. You won't pin it together with the lining. No, you pin it separately like this. So we'll use the lining to turn it before we put the bone like this. We'll use the lining to turn it like this. Like this. So if you want to get everything right, you make sure so this is how it will go. Open everything in like this. you make sure all the joints meet each other, like this. Make sure everything meets each other, then you pin everything inside. I don't want anything to show, so you pin everything nicely down before you sew it. So this is how you sew your bra cap in, so that everything will look neat. We are doing it one by one. So this is it. You pin everything inside. So when we finish sewing, this is how it will look. Here the sleeve will join it, so it will go inside. So this is it. So let me sew here first and bring it for us to see before we sew the other side. We'll sew it one by one. So I finished sewing one side. This is it. So let me go and sew the other one off camera and bring it for us. So this is the back. We use the lining to turn it, sew it and turn it over or flip it over. So this is it. We'll sew here. We won't sew the bottom part because we use the boning to pass through the bottom part. After that, then we sew everything inside, or we'll knit the side inside, or we'll weave the side inside. So let's sew the top. So we sew the top first, the neckline. After that, then we insert our boning into all the boning channels that we created. So this is the front. See how beautiful it looks. See how beautiful and nice and neat. So let's do the back then. We come and set the boning. So now we are coming to shape the corset. We'll shape it and sew everything inside before we insert the bones. Then we turn it, we'll sew the bottom part and turn it from the zipper line, because we'll fix zip before we lace it too. So it will be zip and lace up. So let's do the measurement and see. The bust is 43. So I want to make it like this, then I'll see the allowance, then I'll share it to the size. So 1.5. Then here the waist is 37. So here too is 2 inches. So the waist is 2, the bust is 1.5, and the hip, because the top will be a little bit shorter, we will make the hip 41 or 42. 42 will be better. The hip is 45. I will make it 42. You reduce it by 3 inches. So we got 2.5. So you divide it to the size. So 1.25. Here is 1.25, 1.75, and 1.5 and 3/4. So that's how we are going to shape it. So you let the main fabric face each other, then you pin your 1 inch, then the bottom part will be 1.5, then the bust will be 3/4, like this. So you lift the lining up, you do same here, 1.5 like this. Then the waist, 1 inch. Then the ricotta. Because we'll lace the back, there's no need for you to short the measurement, because when you lace it, it will squeeze the body so it can fit and shape your body nicely. So there's no need for you to reduce the waist measurement. So I'm turning it so that I can pin the lining side too. So the waist is 1 inch like this. The hip is 1.5. Then the bust is the ricotta. We'll repeat the same process all over. So I'll take it to the machine and sew it and bring it for us to see. So I'm inserting the boning into the boning channels like this. When I finish, then I'll iron it, then it will lie down flat. So this is it. I've inserted one. I use it on the wall like this to clean the edges so that it won't choke or poke the fabric. So this is how I do mine, or I make mine. So after that, then I'll iron it, then it will lie down flat. So I flip it over and sew everything inside. Because of the bone, that's why everything is coiling like that. So we'll turn it, we'll flip it over like this, then we iron everything so that it will lie down flat like this, so that it will lie down properly or flat. So this is it. Now I'm going to iron it for the bones to lie down properly. So this is it. So let me go and iron and bring it for us to see. So this is the corset. We'll fix zip. So this is it. We'll attach the zip. We'll fix it. Jacket zip, like you remove it, then you close. So there will be a puff sleeve on the corset. There will be sleeve. So let's cut the sleeve. Then I'll do that one off camera and fix the zip. Then we are good to go. We'll add elastic at the bottom part of the sleeve. I want to use the remaining of the fabric for the lacing. I don't want to use the cotton bias for the lacing. I want to use the same fabric for the lacing. So I'll use 1 inch for the lacing. So I'll use this part for the lacing. So let's cut the sleeve. So this is it. So we'll add, we put a half-inch elastic in it, so we'll notch here, then we fold it like this, then we put the elastic here, then we put some at the bottom part too.